Hello, Leos. This is your weekly love reading for the week of March 29th through April 4th. Yeah. Just a general note that this may not resonate with everyone because it is a general reading. And it doesn't just have to be your sun sign in Leo, it could also be your moon, your Venus, or your rising sign. I'm going to pull 3 cards for the recent past, 3 cards for the present, and 3 cards for the near future. I pulled the cards for the recent past. Now I'm pulling the ones for the present. And now for the future, excuse me, there's a lot of cat activity at this moment in time. They're a little hyper, so I'm gonna have some surprise visitors. They love the back of this chair. Just one more card for the near future. What's this one? Okay. And then I'm going to pull one card from my other tarot deck to just kind of pull in the energy of this whole reading here. Okay. The energy for this reading is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles is all about new beginnings, new stable beginnings. It is kind of the money suit, so possibly just a focus on finances right now. All right. So in the recent past, we have the Five of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Empress. So I always pull one extra card to clarify, so that's what I'm going to do now. The Five of Wands, to me, I call that like my Hunger Game card. Like, this is kind of like competition almost, like feeling, woo, that's a lot of cards that just fell down. And cats too. Excuse me, guys. A little bit of chaos right now. Okay. And the Two of Cups is a soulmate card. It's also the card of choices, making decisions. It's definitely one of the very prominent love cards in the Minor Arcana. And your Empress here is sort of that nurturing energy, and you can also see that she has a baby belly there. The Empress is just someone that either you or, this doesn't have to be your energy per se. It could be the other person's energy, but as a nurturing person, like I said, I always say that the Empress is like wifey energy. The Empress and the Queen of Cups, I always say that. And speaking of the clarifying, the recent past here, we've got the King of Cups, okay? The King of Cups. And so it sort of looks like with the King of Cups and the Empress, that to me is kind of like a couple. And the energy of the King of Cups is sort of one that is, it definitely involves a lot of emotions and kind of, the thing about the King of Cups is that he is emotional and he can sort of display his emotions, but sometimes, like if you look at him right now, like he's sort of on his own little island observing with his telescope. Like he's dabbling in his emotions. He's not really fully committed, so it's possible on either end of this. But it does look like, it just looks like possibly feeling a little bit guarded with this connection because you feel as though this person has other options. And in the present here, we've got the Queen of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Two of Wands. Okay, the Queen of Swords is that energy of communication, of kind of coming in and, for lack of a better term or a less savage term, it's kind of like cutting it off at the head, just kind of being like, you know what, it is what it is, this is what it is. Communication, it is, on the way, it's gonna happen. It's just like swift communication, like, this is what it is. And then the Three of Cups is sort of like your friendship card. It's maybe friends, more communications with friends too, especially seeing that we are all sort of being, social distancing with each other. Let me pull another card here because I've got the Two of Wands here. The Two of Wands is sort of when you come to a point in your relationships or in whatever capacity that they are, where you need to we got the Nine of Pentacles to clarify, where you have to sort of come to a decision because you're at a fork in the road where maybe the universe has kind of pushed you and is like, all right, here's this fork in the road, and right now you need to make a decision, like, because either you're just going to miss the boat and you're just going to be forced onto this path. So make a choice. That's kind of what the Two of Wands says to me. And the Nine of Pentacles is just confirming that energy to me. Like, whatever your situation is with this other person, you're sitting on it. And you're just kind of like, I'm just comfortable sitting here thinking about it a lot and not making a choice. But the Two of Wands is sort of like saying, hey, you've got to make a choice here because it's, time is running out in some capacity. Doesn't have to be like a huge deal. It just means that, the universe is going to make a choice for you whether you want to move forward in whatever your situation is or not. And then in the in the near future, we've got the Ace of Wands, okay? The Wheel of Fortune, and the Eight of Swords, okay? So right away, that says to me the Ace of Wands is almost like the small awakening. That's what I think of when I see it. It's like when you have that moment where you're like, oh, I know what I'm supposed to be doing, and then this is the Wheel of Fortune, so okay, let me spin the wheel, because let me take the chance, because I'm realizing doing all of this thinking that I've been doing, I realized that I don't have to be stuck in here, right? Let me pull a card to clarify this. Let's see if I can. Ooh, okay, this one. I'm like, give me a card to clarify the Wheel of Fortune, and it's the Chariot. And it just, anytime that you want a card to clarify something, it does clarify it for you just in a different way. And like I said, before I pulled this card, like you're at a crossroads and you need to make a choice. Like, look, that's you, and you're like a deer in headlights, and you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know which way to go. Should I take a chance? I don't know. And I'm really thinking about this a lot, but look at this. Like, you definitely can get out of this, right? I always say about that card, like, you have 8 swords around you, and you can just rub those ropes gently against the swords and break yourself free from whatever the binds are that are holding you back. Yeah, the Chariot is definitely telling me that you have choices to make, and but you are going to have a sudden realization in the near future that kind of tells you what you need to do. You just need to stop overthinking about it, and because what this is saying is that you've thought about it enough. You've thought about it a lot, and that you just need to take action now, because sometimes when you're not taking action, things just pass you by, and then maybe you're thinking about something that you know you don't even need to be thinking about anymore because you missed the boat. So yeah, Leos, I hope this helped. It looks like you have a strong connection, and that there's definite choices that you need to make within this connection and communication that needs to be had. And, in the near future, you could possibly be faced, with having to make a big choice, because these are major arcana cards here, right? These are major cards. And so that's a big life decision there. But it looks as though you're going to stop overthinking, and you're going to start realizing exactly what it is that you want and you need to move forward. So I hope this helped, Leos. Have a great day.